Alright, so in this video we're going to discuss the chain rule. Let me start by stating the chain rule. So if we have a function c, which is the composition of the f and u of x, then the derivative of c is going to be the derivative of f with u inside times the derivative of u. If we wrote this in Leibniz notation, we would say dc dx, which you could also write as d dx of f of u of x, is df du times du dx. All right, let's do a couple examples. So in our first example, we're going to let c of x be the square root of x squared minus 1. And we're going to find the derivative of this function. So the first thing to do is to identify f and u, the outside function and u, the inside function. So the inside function is going to be x minus 1, and the outside function is going to be square root of the inside function, or square root of u. So this tells us how we're going to compute the derivative. We're going to first take the derivative of f, so derivative of square root of u, which if you use the power rule is going to be 1/2 u to the negative 1/2. This is df du, or f prime of u. And then we're going to multiply this by the derivative of u, du dx, or u prime of x. And that's just going to be 2x. Typically we write our answer with just x, so I'm going to substitute x minus 1 in for u, and I'll have my answer. Okay, so when I do these problems, I typically don't name the inside function u. So let's rewrite our function here. I just identify inside and outside. So I consider this x squared minus 1 as the inside, and I consider this 1/2 power as my outside function. So then when I'm differentiating, I think derivative of outside with inside unchanged times the derivative of the inside. Okay, so derivative of outside, 1/2 to the negative 1/2. That's the derivative of the 1/2 power using the power rule. The inside's going to be left unchanged. And then I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is 2x. Okay, let's do another example problem where I do this. Call this example 2. So here we're going to have a function which is 1 over x to the 3/2 plus x to the 5th power. And we want to find the derivative of this function. So the first thing I'm going to do is just rewrite this this function as x to the 3/2 plus x to the negative 5th power. And now it's easier to see my inside function. My inside is this x to the 3/2 plus x, and the outside function is this raising to the negative 5th power. So if I take the derivative of this function, I'm going to take the derivative of the outside, so negative 5, leave the inside alone, subtract 1 from the power, so negative 6. Inside is just x to the 3/2 plus x, and then I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the inside function, the derivative of x to the 3/2 plus x. I'm going to show my work here by just writing d dx and then doing that derivative in the next step. All right, so the derivative of x to the 3/2 is 3/2 x to the 1/2, and the derivative of x is 1. And so now I have my answer. All right, I hope you found this video on the chain rule useful.